Hey all, I'm Fraser, the head coach at Noble Life. Now, one thing that becomes very, very clear when you run these coaching outfits like I am is that if you do not have the data, if you cannot see what somebody is doing, it becomes very difficult to coach them. If people are hiding things from you, if people are not being honest, it becomes very, very difficult to help them. Now, anybody that's in my coaching program knows this. I'm continuously saying to them, guys, remember to track. Are you being honest with what you're doing here? Have you actually done your morning ritual, or did you just do a routine? Be honest, track it. Have you done your weekly planning? Let's see the example. Have you reflected? Did you do that workout? Did you look at your nutrition? Did you make space for yourself? Did you do something nice for your partner? You know, all of these things need to be tracked. And a lot of the time people say, oh no, but I don't want to track that, that's too much work. Okay, that's your decision, but know this. If you're at work and you're looking to employ somebody, but you have no history of what they've done in the past, there's two things there. One, you have no idea what they can do. And two, you have no idea what they can become. You do not know what you can train them up to become. You do not see their potential because you have no benchmark. You have no history. You have no data. And this is something that applies to you. This is something that applies to me. It applies to all of us within ourselves. Yes, it is paramount when you are coaching. Paramount. If you have a sports coach and they're not watching your games, they're not seeing what you're doing, they're not going to be able to help you improve. So if you're not able to see what you're doing, if you're not able to see what you've done, how do you expect to improve yourself? If you're not actively recording what you've done. Now, I'm not talking about doing video blogs or memoirs. I'm talking about simply tracking what you are doing. Let's just use the really simple example of fitness, because that's the easiest example. And ironically, the example that most people neglect. And let's narrow it down even further. Let's say you're doing 1 mile. You've got to move from 0 to 1 mile. And you might want to get fitter, you might want to get faster, you might want to get healthier. So you run a mile. The next week you run another mile. The next week you run another mile. And then you say, man, I'm getting good at this. Are you? So how much better have you got? You've got no idea because you've not tracked. You don't have the data. So you don't know how much better you're getting, so you can't improve yourself because you're like, oh, am I the same or am I not? So there's a short one here, guys. Quite simply this. If you do not have the data points, you cannot move forward. You must have the data points to move forward. Do this within yourself. Think about that between psychological self, physical self, practical self and personal self. Where are you avoiding the records? And are you struggling to improve because of that very reason? And with that said, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.